How did this famous Gibson girl model find herself in a love triangle that left one of New York's most prominent architects shot dead at the Madison Square Theater? Florence Evelyn Nesbit, known as Evelyn, was born on Christmas Day in Pennsylvania in either 1884 or 1885. When her attorney father suddenly died when she was 10, her family was left penniless. After not having much luck securing a job as a seamstress, Evelyn's mother moved the family to Philadelphia in search of better opportunities. She found a job at Wanamaker's department store as a sales clerk at the fabric counter. Evelyn and her brother were also employed by Wanamaker's, working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Evelyn didn't know the exact year she was born because her mother often lied about her age to circumvent child labor laws. While working at the department store, Evelyn had a chance encounter with an artist that was struck by her beauty. The artist asked Evelyn to pose for a portrait, which Evelyn's mother agreed to since the artist was a woman. For 5 hours of posing, Evelyn earned $1, which is about $36 in today's money. And Evelyn quickly became a favorite model amongst a group of reputable artists in the Philadelphia area. In 1900, Evelyn's mother moved the family to New York City and was once again unable to find work as a seamstress. So, she used letters of introduction given by Philadelphia artists to build Evelyn's modeling career. She became an in-demand artist's model in one of the country's most renowned artists, Charles Dana Gibson, used Evelyn as the model for his famed Gibson Girl works, meant to depict the ideal woman. She was able to command $5 for a half-day's shoot, equivalent to $180 in today's money, or $10 for a full day's shoot, equivalent to $360. Even as in demand as she was, supporting her family in expensive New York City was difficult. Looking for a new income stream, Evelyn became a chorus girl and theater actress. There she was hyped by the media for her beauty, who advertised the shows that you could go and see her in. As a chorus girl on Broadway in 1901 at the age of 16, Evelyn attracted the attention of wealthy, prominent architect Stanford White. At the time, Stanford was 46 and married with a son. However, he invited Evelyn and her friend to his apartment for lunch. Stanford lived in a luxurious multi-floor apartment on West 24th Street. After lunch, Stanford, his friend, Evelyn, and her friend went to a room decorated in green with a large red velvet swing suspended from the ceiling, and this is a still from the movie Girl in the Red Velvet Swing. Evelyn sat in it while Stanford pushed her, and the four played parlor games with the swing. Stanford became Evelyn's benefactor and moved her family into a suite at the Wellington Hotel and paid for her brother to attend Chester County Military Academy. When Evelyn's mother took a trip to Pittsburgh to visit friends, he said that he would watch over Evelyn. While her mother was out of town, Evelyn and Stanford had dinner and champagne at his apartment. Stanford had drugged Evelyn's champagne, and when she passed out, he assaulted her. This was not the first or last time he would do that to a young woman. He was a predator, and it was well known in New York society for years. Mark Twain even called him out in his autobiography. After the incident, Stanford remained a large presence in Evelyn's life and her benefactor. Harry Kendall Thaw, the heir to a large railroad fortune, attended over 40 performances of Evelyn's over the course of a year. Harry had a history of mental instability and a hatred for Stanford, who he believed blocked him from New York social circles. Harry arranged for a meeting with Evelyn and gave her gifts and money under the name of Mr. Monroe. Some believe that he pursued Evelyn because of her known relationship as a benefactor of Stanford's. One day, Harry confronted Evelyn and said, "I am not Monroe, I am Harry Kendall Thaw of Pittsburgh," thinking that she would react with surprise and joy. However, Evelyn was used to attracting the attention of wealthy men and was unfazed. Harry asked Evelyn to marry him, which she initially refused. However, she eventually revealed to him that she had been assaulted by Stanford. Evelyn eventually accepted Harry's proposal, desperate to avoid returning to the poverty that she had grown up in. After their marriage, Harry started a vicious campaign to expose Stanford. He also believed that Stanford had hired a gang to stalk him. In reality, Stanford was not threatened by Harry and openly made fun of him to other people. In June 1906, Evelyn and Harry dined at Café Martin in New York before going to see the premiere of Mam'selle Champagne at the rooftop theater of Madison Square Garden. At Café Martin, they ran into Stanford. Harry wore a long black overcoat over his tuxedo and refused to take it off, even though it was very hot outside. At the play, Stanford was sitting at a table that was customarily reserved for him, and Harry tried to approach him several times but each time retreated. During the finale, Harry approached Stanford again and took out a pistol, firing 3 shots at Stanford's head and back from 2 feet away, killing him instantly. Harry then addressed the crowd, saying, "I did it because he ruined my wife. He had it coming to him. He took advantage of the girl, then he abandoned her. You'll never go out with that woman again." The crowd initially thought it was a practical joke, but then when they realized Stanford was dead, chaos ensued. Harry was quickly taken into police custody, and Evelyn was able to slip away from the chaos and stay at a friend's apartment for several days. She said that she had complete numbness of mind and body and moved like a person in a trance for hours afterwards. Since the 3 members of the love triangle were wealthy and famous, naturally it attracted a lot of press attention. After 2 trials, Harry was found not guilty for reasons of insanity and sentenced to life in a hospital for the criminally insane. His mother quickly set out to prove that he was not insane, and in 1915 he was declared sane again. Although from what I've read, I'm pretty sure this guy was not mentally stable. And Evelyn divorced him that same year. They had a turbulent, abusive relationship, but eventually were on good terms, and Harry ended up leaving Evelyn $10,000 when he died in 1947.